looks like. This is what a feminist looks like.
Yeah, look at what's happened around the world. You know, you have like the French MeToo movement, the Greek MeToo movement. You have women who are coming out of that shame, everybody coming out of that shame and out of that silence. And, you know, it really kind of, the MeToo movement kind of broke the barrier on like what it's like to come forward. You know, most people have a story. Everybody has a story. And I think that to be able to say, oh, I was groped or I was inappropriately harassed at work, like people are just so easy to talk about it now. And I think it's really just been people, a trauma-informed society, actually people who are able to say, oh my God, you're not alone. Like, I hear you and I hope you're okay. And do you have the resources? Like, I think people aren't ashamed anymore. I think it's the shame, the cloud of shame. Really, there's more clarity there and people can actually just come forward and speak more easily about it.
We love you, Mr. Constand! We love you, sir! We love you, sir! We knew it! We knew it! We knew it!
You know, so for me to see Cosby get out of jail and the basis on the fact that he got out of jail, it wasn't about any of the facts that surrounded what he did to me. It was an immunity deal on a handshake that was, you know, done behind the scenes without me knowing, without my counsel knowing. So I think we do need also to, again, to go back to the legal system to have legislation in place that says if you're giving somebody immunity, you need to put that in writing and a judge needs to sign off on it. So there's legal loopholes that we need to kind of secure in order to see real change and so that this doesn't happen again for anybody coming after me. So, you know, for me, everything is a process. I think it was important for humanity to have the Me Too movement so people could actually have a voice and speak about what happened to them and actually take away the shame. So much of it is people carrying that shame around with them. So I think it was important in releasing the shame and important for humanity for wherever the movement's going. You know, I see it like a pendulum where we kind of swung one way and now we're kind of like, you know, humming along. But what's important in the humming along is that we define consent and actually start to make changes in the legal system. I don't know if you're aware, but in Harvey Weinstein's case, as well as my case against Cosby in trial, the jury asked for a definition of consent. And, you know, the fact that there's confusion around consent, that we don't have a legal definition of consent, if we want to see any true change, we have to have change within the legal system and a definition of consent.